All right, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're from. J Rowe here, host Big Hair Hits every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. AlleghenyMountainRadio.org with a game review, tabletop game, and this one's called Fuse. This game will self-destruct in 10 minutes. What I like about this game is that it's a departure over some of the other ones that I've been playing that required a big board and many miniatures and a lot of time to complete, such as Dungeon, Wrath of Ashardalon, the D&D board game there, and all those types. This one, as it says on the box, 10 minutes. That's all it takes to complete one game. And that's because there is a timer, because this whole theme is bombs and diffusing bombs and all that kind of stuff. So what we'll do is we'll examine the gameplay. Another good thing about this game is that it can be played solo. A lot of the games that I buy, I have to modify them to play solo. This has solo rules, so you don't have to worry about that. And according to the box, it is for 1 to 5 players. So that's pretty good. Ages 13 and up. I think a kid under 13 can get this as well. If you've played Uno, the card game, of course, then you can pretty much get the gist of this. Now, the idea behind this game is you have to defuse bombs. Now, each of these cards is a bomb. And what comes in the box are the bomb cards, of course. Got a whole stack of them. Boom. Bunch of them. And you got a bunch of multicolored dice. Nothing fancy. They're six-sided, and they're easy to read and all that kind of stuff. And you got black, red, yellow, blue, and green. Okay, got a whole bag full of them right here. Okay, so what you do is you roll some dice, and then you look at the bombs you have in front of you. This is for solo play, all right? For multiplayer, you might have less up here and more up there, or whatever. Well, this is for solo play, this example. What you do is, this row up here, these 5 bombs are the ones that you pick from, all right? And these 4, I sit right here, and these 4 are the ones that I'm dealing with right now. I have to defuse these. As I defuse a bomb, and I'll show you how to do that. Let's pretend I defuse that one. I get rid of it, put it in a discard pile, and I pick one of these up here. I'll just, at random, just grab that. And then I have more bombs over here that I have to use to replace it there, right? So that's what that does. We'll put that back there, and we'll put that back there. Now, there are varying types of bombs, and this kind of makes it, I would say, like a puzzle game, all right? And normally I don't like puzzle games, but this one's actually pretty cool because it's really easy. Now, each of these bombs has a point value up in the corner. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. For some reason, they never made a 5 value card, which is kind of strange. That's all right. So, how do we defuse a bomb? Well, this would probably be the best example right here with a number 1 point value. 1 obviously being the easiest. What this is trying to tell us is that any color die can go here. Any color there, any color there. What this is trying to tell us is any number can go there, but if it's white like that, if it doesn't specify a color, then any color can go there. So for example, I can defuse this bomb. I gotta do this part and this part. So how do I do that? Well, in solo play, you only roll 3 dice, but I'm gonna keep them all out just so that we can defuse some bombs easily just for the video. For solo play, you put all the dice in the bag, and you just grab 3, boom, throw them out there, and you look at your 3 dice and you go, what can I use to defuse any of my bombs here? So let's say this one here, the number of any color die needs to equal the number of any color die. So let's see. Aha, see I got a yellow 5 and a green 5. What do you know? So that part of the bomb is diffused. Now any color dies can go there. Well, any color can go there. If I put a black there, any number, it doesn't matter. I have to match the color die there. That bomb is officially diffused. So you scoop those up, boom, put them back in the bag, and that goes in your discard pile. And we just grab one of these from up top, fine, boom, And then we replace it right there. No big whoop. Now, here's another example of like simple math, for example. Here we go. What you have to do is this one, you have a choice. It can be a green or yellow. This one can be red or blue. And whatever you choose for these spaces, any number of those colors have to equal 7. So you roll your dice, you're scanning over your bombs, you're like, what am I going to do here? And you go, aha, I rolled a yellow 5. See, and that'll fit right there. What do you know? So now as you're rolling, you want to keep your eyes open for a 2 of either blue or red. You know, so you're like, here's a yellow 2. And you're like, oh man, I need a red or a blue, so I can't use it. Aha, check that out. Boom. 5 plus 2 is 7. That one is diffused. Put that back in the bag. Pow. And then you grab another one, right? Right. So that's how the basic gist of how to diffuse a bomb. There are some other cool ones here as well. Like sometimes you have to stack up the bomb and you have to make a pyramid out of these. On your base of your pyramid, it has to be a 2 of any color, 3 of any color, and a 1 of any color. So you roll your dice, only 3 dice, but just for this example, this is so I can pick for the camera. Aha, so here's a blue 3. And you just put it at the base of your pyramid, just like that. And then, let's see, any color 2. Hey, there's a yellow 2. Boop. And then, oh, hey, check it out. A red 1. And then it's officially diffused. And you scoop them up, put them back in the bag. Now, what if the bomb is incomplete? Meaning you're trying to build it up, you roll 3 dice. Let's say, just for sake of example, I am close to, see, this one's partially diffused. See, I'm not done with it yet. And let's see, this one's, almost done. The base of this pyramid needs two black dice. It's kind of hard to see in the camera, it's pretty dark, but it needs 2 black dice. Now, on your next round, when you roll your 3 dice, if you roll anything that cannot be used in any of your bombs, if you've got any leftover dice, let's pretend I got this black die left over. I have to roll that dice. If it has to go back in the bag, I can't use it here. If it has to go back, it's kind of a penalty. So I roll it, and whatever comes up, let's pretend a 3 came up. If I got any 3s, I have a choice. If I got any 3s, I have to take it away and throw it back in the bag. Or if I have any black dies, I can take that one of those, or one of those. So I have a choice of those. And you have to determine which ones wouldn't hurt you so bad. This one probably wouldn't hurt me too bad. I don't know. But so there's a strategy there. So there's a penalty. Another penalty that you can get in this game, these are called fuse cards, where they specify a certain, as you're drawing out your pile here, they specify a certain number or color that you must get rid of. Kind of like when you roll your dice as a penalty, right? But it's kind of in card form. So let's say I diffuse a bomb. Boom, I diffused one, replacing this one, and now I got to replace that space I get from my fresh pile. And these need to be taken care of immediately. So you look at it, a 5. Do I have any 5s? Yes, I do, right there. So that has to go back in the bag. I got penalized. Still trying to fill that space up out of my pile. Look at that. I got a blue. Do I have any blues? Yep. There's that blue. Gone. So there's only 2 types of penalties. Any unused dice you got to roll and take away, or those fuse cards that we just demonstrated. Well, that's it. And there's a clock running. You can use any kitchen timer for 10 minutes. There's an app. You go to Renegade Games. Renegade, what is it called? Renegade Game Studios. It's a free app. It's a 10-minute timer, and it just counts down and kind of adds a little tension. And, once you're done, if the 10 minutes is up or whatever, or if you diffuse all the bombs, you just look at your point values. You just add them up. And so far, my high score is I think it's like 30. I don't know what I did, my high score thing. Ah, there it is. 40. There it is. High score is 40. And then, so when you're done with that, you go, all right, I can beat 40. No big deal, right? Some things that I don't like about the game is that sometimes the blue on the cards is too dark. It looks too much like the black. Let's look at an example. Here's some blue by itself. Now, yeah, you can kind of see it's blue, but when you're under pressure and you hear the timer going and you got all these dice spraying and all that, I wish it was a little brighter. I wish it was as bright as the blue die. You know what I mean? But that's kind of nitpicky because, I mean, look at the black. It's almost that dark, but no big deal. Also, I did have one die that I guess I can call was incomplete. What I mean by that is, see how these are kind of old school digital numbers? Well, one of the lines was missing, erased, whatever you want to call it. So it made it hard to determine, is this a 5 or a 6? So what I had to do was, it was on another die. I had to take a black marker and just draw it in, which when you pay $30 for something, you think it should be perfect and complete. But $30, let's see, are there any other, I think those are the only negatives I had written down here. Nope. I think it's cool. It's kind of, I call it like Uno with dice. The price is $30. It might be a little steep, but you can get it online. No big deal, for cheaper, I'm sure. The phone app is kind of cool. You know, the 10-minute timer. It's an awesome solo game. The instruction booklet is very clear, and I like how it's very difficulty levels. There's a lot of replay value there. And there is one dumb rule that I don't pay attention to. I think it's dumb, but I can see why they would make it up. It adds tension. If there are any stackable bombs here, and you accidentally, as you're doing your thing, actually knock it over, then you gotta take all those dice and put them back in the bag. I don't know. I don't do that. And because, I mean, look at this one. This bomb here, you have to build up like that. See? So you go red, a 2, a green, and a 5. So, you know, a red, let's pretend that's a 2, a green, and a 5. You know, I'm just grabbing dice just for an example. See how high that is, and if you're, you know, and you knock it over, you gotta start over again. You know, you gotta throw them back in the bag. I think that's kind of dumb, but if you're playing with a bunch of people, I guess you ask them ahead of time if they want to use that to rule. But there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Fuse, highly recommended. Haven't played it with other people. This is solo only, this example, but I'm sure it'd be fun for others. AlleghenyMountainRadio.org. Big Hair Hits every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. Peace out, Cub Scout.